Look at all the funny stuff that shows up in my front yard. All these cool rocks. Just get a little poke. Miss Kathryn, you mind if I take a photo? Or are you being shy? We could do this like the radio if you want. But anyway, just tell us about the turquoise. You know, it's pointing at the turquoise. You don't have to be.
Okay, so this is from Tyrone. My dad did mining starting in the 30s. He had coal mines and turquoise mines and silicone mines and all that stuff. So this is from Tyrone. This, not sure. He had mines in Oregon Pass towards White Sands, and he mined down at Tyrone. He mined on the weekends. He built roads during the week. And so this is hard. It's pale, but it's hard. This has probably been tumbled. And that's probably been tumbled. This is pretty chalky, pretty pale. Needs some magic. And that's it.
Let's talk about the caps. We've got other stuff in here too.
Okay, so this is planchite, and it's from down around Socorro, New Mexico. The geologist and then one of the professors at the School of Mines at the time identified it as planchite. And this is cabochons from the material that you just saw.
Oh, tell me about the cutter.
Well, there was two. There was a man in Espanola, Anglo guy, that Daddy liked to work with, and they did on the halves. So Daddy would get half of the product, and then the man who did the cutting would get half. And then there was another guy here in town that did some of the cutting, William Faulkner. And then there was some other people. This is some of the Tyrone. It's pale, but it has a really interesting black matrix in it. This was done. Daddy quit mining in 1978, and this has all been in storage. So
you guys are gonna have to move in a second because your sister's at a rifle.
Which?
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
And this, I don't know where it came from. It's all pretty blue. This, I think, well, I don't know. Anyway, this came from the same mine. And this is kind of interesting. All these were cut in the 60s, all these cabochons. And so it's...
tell us about your dad a little bit more.
Well, he was a guy who loved dirt. And he did mining, a lot of mining. I said he had two uranium mines, one up La Bajada Hill that he worked for several years, and then he worked in Grants for a while. Wasn't his mine. And then he had a lot of claims. I don't know how many of them he actually filed, but he did work a lot of them.
You just kind of pull. So anything out of the earth you could find with some value, he was there. Uranium was real tricky. You said he had a really cool Geiger counter.
Yeah, he did. Had a couple of them, and he had he could look at was not educated, but he could look at a hill and tell you what was in it.
Yeah.
Just driving by. It was amazing. But he had a lot of friends that were educated and had a lot of fun with them.
Oh, this is some interesting stuff.
Yeah, some of this may not be from his mine. Some of it, people have said is Royston and some other places, but I don't know. He had some gold mines. He did some mining in Mexico at the Sierra Madres. There's a big silver mine there.
Oh, really cool.
But he had some gold mines and silver mines staked in New Mexico. He used to lower himself down in the old Spanish mines.
Oh, okay.
And
a piece of rope, huh?
Yeah, and built a tripod with a pulley. And then he taught me to drive when I was 8. and he'd go down for the day. And he'd say, if I'm not here at sunset, go get somebody.
These are real pretty colors.
Yeah. Interesting greens.
Did you ever, you said you liked the greens, did you ever have any of this stuff made to where you could wear it?
Oh, I do. I have a lot of jewelry that both they had made as gifts for me, and then that were mom's that I inherited. And it makes up beautifully.
It does.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I like all of it. I was just gonna help you put it so it doesn't tip over here.
Okay. This has some lavender purple tinge to it. I don't know where that came from. But this has all got kind of a lavender purple in it.
Yeah.
Which is really pretty. That's got some purple in it. There.
Yeah. I wonder what does that, or how.
I don't know what chemical reaction it is.
Fun to look at, though.
And that's it.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. This is fun to talk about. And
It was fun.
if you have any info or feedback, please message me and comment below.